Morning, year nine. Hope you're all getting on well. Hope you all managed to get the stuff done that I set for you last week and that you're just ticking along and doing all right. I'm going to make a video to you today that's going to move things on a little bit. So far we've covered how to manage common sports injuries, and you've done that physiologically with Sol Taps and Price, and you've done that psychologically with SMART and some relaxation exercises. We're going to move on today. Slightly new topic that I'd like notes writing up for, and today's topic is about rehabilitation of common sports injuries. So you'll need to put a little bit about what rehabilitation means. So after you've been injured and you've had your treatment, it's about getting back and ready for sport. So you're restoring the body back to its normal state where you were before the injuries happened. And how long that takes is going to depend on whatever injury you had. For example, if you had a torn ligament, it could be something like 9 months. If you've just had a grade 1 hamstring tear, for example, you might only be out for a couple of weeks. You still need to do the rehab to make sure that the injury doesn't happen. So I'm going to look at this one today. Ignore the date on the top because I know I reset stuff for you. But basically today, you've got your identify, basic rehabilitation from common sports injuries. So if I'm going to describe what that means, basic rehab from common sports injuries is getting the body back to fitness. Okay, I'm going to give you two methods of doing that today. So the first method I'm going to give you is ice baths. Now, ice baths are literally a bath in icy water. Not very pleasant for an athlete, but scientifically proven to increase the rate of recovery, getting the body back to normal. So what you would need to do with this is repeat an ice bath every 2 hours or so. You climb into a bath of really, really cold water, just 1 or 2 degrees, and you do that for 2 or 3 days every couple of hours. You will feel, as an athlete, once you get in, very, very cold, obviously. You might even feel some burning sensations. You'll get some aching. And once you start to feel numb from being in the water, that's obviously the time that you need to get out. So that's explaining a little bit how ice baths work. To analyse it, and again we're writing this in blue, the reason it works, so you get in and the really, really cold water vasoconstricts the blood vessels, so it stops blood rushing to the area. That's really advantageous because it stops swelling, and it stops the chemicals that your body is sending to the area that swell you up, stops those chemicals from going towards the injury. The idea then is that pain is reduced. Okay, the second method for rehabilitation, method 2, is hot and cold. So it's a mixture of the two different things. What you would do is alternate between hot baths and cold baths. So you would get into the cold bath. Sorry, you wouldn't. You would get into the hot bath. This would make your blood vessels vasodilate. All of the blood carrying the good nutrients would rush to that area, and that would help the area to repair. And then you would kind of flush the area out. So I've got all that good stuff in there. Now I'm going to go from a hot bath into a cold bath. All my vessels vasoconstrict. So you squeeze all of the poisons and stuff out of the injured area, and you restrict the flow of blood to that area. It flushes out old scar tissue, chemicals that you don't want, and things like that. Then, once you've done that, you would get out of the cold bath because you've flushed the system out, get back into the hot bath. Your blood vessels will vasodilate, and all the good nutrients and stuff will rush back to the area to help with your rehabilitation. Okay, as always, I hope we've understood that. Look up vasodilation, vasoconstriction on YouTube if you're not sure what it is, but it is basically the constriction of blood vessels, so your arteries and your capillaries getting smaller, stopping blood flowing to the area and squeezing out blood that you don't want in there, or things that you don't want there from the swelling. And vasodilation is opening up those blood vessels so good blood can rush to the area and you can get good nutrients in to help with your rehab. Okay, let me know if you've got any issues with it. I'll be on the email all day, and please send me what you've produced and I'll give you a little bit of feedback on it. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Good luck. Stay alert.